Hey guys, Michael Sanchez here. I'm going to teach you guys how to tune the violin today, which is critical to playing the violin properly. So when you first get your violin out of the case, you're going to notice that the strings might look like they do here, but they're going to be most likely out of tune, which basically means that they're not going to have the right pitches for you to start playing music. So first I'll go over the string names. So the thinnest string is the E string, next string over is the A, next string is D, and last string is G. So go ahead and just write that down, E, A, D, G, okay? So the pegs up here are used to tune, and they drastically change the pitch. They can really stretch the strings or really loosen the strings. So we're definitely going to use those to tune the violin. Down here we have what's called the fine tuners, okay? And on this instrument you only see one of them right here, okay? This is used to fine tune a string pitch just a little bit left or a little bit right if you're already sort of close to the string being in the right position, okay? Now you're probably wondering why is there only one on this instrument? High quality violins typically only have one fine tuner because high quality violins typically have synthetic strings on them. And synthetic strings don't do as well with fine tuners. They stretch more. So that's where a violinist really has to learn how to tune with the pegs, okay? So I will teach you both ways, but let's start with the pegs, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and just demonstrate on the second thickest string, the D string. This is what it should sound like, okay? But most likely, your string, that D string might sound like something like this, or something lower, okay? Most likely not higher, lower, okay? So what you need to do is you need to heighten this pitch to the D pitch level, okay? So what you can do is you can download any app on your phones or get a tuner, and that's going to help you see if your strings are in tune and to get it to that proper pitch, okay? I recommend, if you want to write this down, INS Tuner Lite on Apple iPhone. INS, and then tuner is TUNER, Lite is LITE. That's a really good tuner that I also use in my lessons because it's really easy to understand because it changes colors based on if you're in tune or not, okay? So I highly recommend you to download that. If you don't have Apple iPhone, just go on your devices and look for the highest rated tuner, and most likely that's going to work just fine. So basically, the tuner is going to tell us if the D string is in the right spot or not, okay? So if you pluck the string and the tuner reads as, let's say, an A or a B or a C or even a G, which is on the other side. So the way the strings work, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and it starts over at A again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G starts over at A again. So if it's reading a G or a D, or sorry, a G or an F, which is above D, it doesn't mean that it's higher. It could mean that it's just lower in the other octave, in the other spot down here, okay? So what you're going to notice is it might sound real flat like this, and we need to raise it up, so it might be F, and then G, and then A, and then B, and then D. It's like that, okay? So we need to get the peg to twist the string to the right tightness so that we're in tune, okay? So with the pegs, what I need to really help you understand is how to get the peg to stick, okay? Because a lot of times the pegs, when you start turning them, they don't stick very well. And that's not something wrong with the violin. That's just the way pegs work. So what you need to do is you need to twist into the peg box as you're turning, both at the same time. If you only twist, the peg is going to slip. You'll notice that real quick. So what you need to do is, as you're doing this, I'm pushing in to get it to stick as well. So now the peg is stuck because I also pushed in. That's very important. And don't be afraid to push in. You're never going to break the violin from pushing in this way. The only thing that can happen is if you go too far over the pitch, like to D, E, F, G, way up there, the string can break if it gets too tight. Okay, that's the only thing that can happen, but that's not a travesty. I tell students you're not officially a violinist until you break at least one string. So that might happen, but don't be afraid of pushing in. You're not going to break the neck or the violin. You actually need to push in to get the peg to stick. Okay, so let me play each of these strings for you as far as what they should sound like. Okay, so we have E, A, D, and G. We do that again. E, Good job. So hopefully that makes sense as far as getting in tune. And then once you're close, if you have all 4 fine tuners, you can use that to get just a little bit closer to where you need to be exact with a tuner. So let's say that your E is like it's a little bit lower. You can bring it up. So you can use that to fine tune. So once you're in the general area. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys are learning a lot. We'll go over a lot more great tips in the next video. Have a good day.